Good evening, Paul. This is Umashankar, working as a lecturer in history at Government Polytechnic College, Koski. Today I am going to discuss about the subject Advanced Engineering Mathematics for electrical engineering students in 4th semester. So today my topic is on Laplace transform. In this I am going to discuss about the division by T method. So applying Laplace transform for division by T method and also the Laplace transform for unit step function. It is nothing but we are going to discuss about the division by T method and also the Laplace transform for unit step function and also the second shifting theorem. Okay. So in the previous class, we have completed or we have discussed about the multiplication by powers of T method or multiplication by T power n method and also the Laplace transform of an integral of a function. Okay, so we have seen some of the problems on multiplication of T power n method and also the Laplace transform integral of a function. Okay, so in this class we will discuss about the division by T method and also unit step function and second shifting theorem. Okay, right. We will see the definition of unit step function and also the second shifting theorem. How we are going to evaluate using the Laplace transform. Okay. Right. So now we will see the division by T method. Okay. So the division by T method is nothing but if Laplace transform of f of t is equal to f of t. This is the general definition of for all the Laplace transform function. Laplace transform f of t is equal to f of s. Then, okay, so it is division by T method. That's why we are going to apply for any function. So that should be divided by t. That is given as Laplace transform f of t by t. If it is Laplace transform f of t, then it can be written as a f of s. Then if it is of the form Laplace transform of f of t by t form. So this method is related to the division by t method. That's why if you have a t in the denominator, t or t square or t cube or whatever it may be. So if it is having the denominator as a t function or t, then you have to apply the equation as Laplace transform f of t by t is equal to, so integration s tends to infinity, okay, f of s into ds. So this is your division by t method. So Laplace transform f of t by t is equal to integration s tends to infinity f of s into ds. So in the previous class we have seen the multiplication by t method and Laplace transform of integral of a function. That is nothing but multiplication. So just we have seen that if f of t function is multiplied by t, then how you have evaluated this type of function? That is this type of method. Laplace transform of t into f of t can be written as, so it should be differentiated. If you have the t, then we have to differentiate one time -1 whole power 1 into d by ds of f of s. So we have to make a differentiation to the f of s function. So we do the differentiation for f of s function. So if it is t square, then we will write it as a t square into f of t. If f of t is multiplied by t square, then that is equal to -1 whole square d square by ds square into f of s. So we have to make 2 times differentiation for f of s function. So for general analysis, how we are going to write this one? Generally, so if it is for n value t power n into f of t, if f of t is multiplied by t power n, that is equal to -1 whole power n d power n by ds power n into f of s. This is the final equation for any n value. Okay, for any n value. This is the general form of multiplication by t power n method. Okay, right. So if you see that Laplace transform integral method. So if Laplace transform of 0 to t, here the integral is varied from 0 to t into f of t dt. This f of t function will be varies from Okay, 0 to t, integral 0 to t f of t dt. Then whenever you have this type of function, that is Laplace transform of integral of a function is given as, then it can be written as f of s by s. You can simply calculate the f of s value and divide the f of s by one single s term. Okay, by a single s value. Okay, so if you have one time integral, if you have only one integral, then it can be divided by one s term. So if you have the two integral, okay, then so you have to multiply one more s term, that is nothing but f of s by s into s, that is nothing but s square. Simply f of s by s square. If you have the n number of integral terms, n number of times we have to make an integration to this f of t function, then it can be generally written as f of s by s power n. So this is the way you have to evaluate the Laplace transform of integral of a function. So in the last class we have seen this type of methods. So in this class we are going to see the Laplace transform of f of t by t. So division by t method, that is equal to, so integration s tends to infinity f of s into ds. So first you have to evaluate the f of s, then you have to make an integration which can varies from s tends to infinity. Okay, so then do the simplification for the given function. Okay, all right. So this is about your division by t method. Now we'll see a problem on this division by t method. Okay, right. So this is your first problem. So in this method, find Laplace transform of sine at by t. Okay, so this should be compared with, this problem should be compared with f of t by t. So you have to identify the given problem is related to which method. Either it can be multiplication by t method, or division by t method, or it can be integral form. Okay, or it can be first shifting theorem form, whatever it may be. So you have to identify which method is related to the problem. Okay, which method the problem is related to. So here in the denominator you will have the t. Okay, so that's why it is Laplace transform f of t by t method. Okay, so here from this given equation or function, f of t value can be given as sin 80. F of t, in place of f of t, will have the sin 80. So from this, f of t is nothing but your sin 80. So from this, apply the Laplace transform on both sides. Okay, applying Laplace transform on both sides. Laplace transform f of t is equal to Laplace transform of sin 80. Laplace transform f of t is nothing but your f of s. What is the Laplace transform sin 80? Will have the formula for this. The Laplace transform sin 80 is nothing but a by s square plus a square. This is the general formula for Laplace transform sin 80. So all these formulas we have already evaluated in the first class. Okay, so these are the general formulas you have to be remembered. So this is the general formula. Okay, so general formula for Laplace transform sin 80. Okay, right. This is the f of s function. So now what we have to do? So by using the Laplace transform of Laplace transform of division by t method, that is Laplace transform f of t by t is equal to integration s tends to infinity f of s into ds. So we have derived the f of s function. So directly you have to substitute this f of s function in this integral. Okay, right. So Laplace transform of sin 80 by t is equal to Laplace transforms f of t by t, that is equal to integration s tends to infinity f of s into ds. So what is f of s? A by s square plus a square. So I have substituted that in place of f of s, I have substituted a by s square plus a square. Now this entire function is integrated from s tends to infinity. Okay, right. So here a is a constant which can be taken outside. Okay, so I have kept outside this a value. A into integration s tends to infinity 1 by s square plus a square. So if you see carefully, this integral function. So this integral function is same as integration 1 by x square plus a square into dx. So in place of x, we'll have the s square. Okay, in place of a square, we'll have the a square only. That is nothing but it is of the form integration 1 by x square plus a square. That is nothing but 1 by a tan inverse of, right here, 1 by a tan inverse of x by a. 1 by a tan inverse of x by. This is the formula. Okay, this is the formula for this type of integral form. It is integration 1 by x square plus a square can be written as 1 by a tan inverse of x by a. In place of x, we'll have the s term. So simply apply this formula to this integral function. Okay, right. So I have applied that formula here. Okay, see. So formula is 1 by x square plus a integration 1 by x square plus a square ds is equal dx is it's not ds. So dx is equal to 1 by a tan inverse of x by a. Okay, in place of x, we'll have the s. So apply this formula. So a will be same here, a into. So apply the formula for this integration 1 by a tan inverse of s by a. So here the limits are, here the limits can be changes from or varies from s tends to infinity. So here we don't have the limits. Okay, it is general integration value, that is nothing but 1 by tan inverse of x square. Here we have given the integral values. Integration changes from s tends to infinity. So substitute that limits here. Okay, here we don't have the limits, but here we'll have the limits. So apply this limits. So lower limit is yes, upper limit is infinity here. So apply this upper limit in this s, and next also apply the lower limit in this s function. So this a and this a both will get cancelled. Okay, now apply the upper limit and lower limit in the s value. Why? Because it is integrating with respect to s. Okay, here the integration is done with respect to s, so that's why you have to apply this upper limit in s and lower limit in s. Okay, so after getting cancel of these two, finally you will get tan inverse of s by a, where the integral limits changes from varies from s tends to infinity. Okay, so the upper limit I have substituted in this tan inverse s by a function. You will get the tan inverse infinity in place of s. If I substitute the infinity, infinity by a is nothing but infinity only. Tan inverse of infinity minus tan inverse of next. So lower limit will be yes. So s by a. So when you are substituting the upper limit, you will get the tan inverse infinity minus when you are substituting the lower limit in place of s, again you have to substitute the lower limit as s only. So the function will not change anything. So the same function will be replicated here. So finally tan inverse of infinity value is pi by 2. So pi by 2 minus tan inverse of s by a. Or you can, so this is the final answer. I will just simplify this one into another form. So you can write tan pi by 2 minus tan inverse a can be written in terms of cot. Okay, that is nothing but cot inverse of s by a. So we'll have the general equation, that is, which is related to inverse trigonometric function. So tan inverse x plus cot inverse x, cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Okay, tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. So from that, cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus tan inverse x. Okay, so from that we have to write, or we have to make an alternative equation or make an alternative way to represent this term, okay, as cot inverse of s by a. Either this one will be the right answer and this one also will be the right answer. If you remember that formula inverse trigonometric, then you can write this one. If you don't remember that inverse trigonometric formula, you can stop up to this point. Okay, this is the way you have to simplify the division by t method. Okay, this is the first problem. Okay, now we will see the one more problem which is related to this division by t method. Okay, so find Laplace transform of 1 minus e power t by t method. Again, this should be compared with respect to Laplace transform of f of t by t. So here again it is a division by t method. The denominator will have only one t. Okay, if you have the t square, then you have to do the 2 times integration. So we have to do the 2 times integration. Okay, so here we'll have only the only one t in the denominator. So that's why. So we are going to do one time integration. Okay, which can vary from s tends to infinity. So this should be compared with the Laplace transform f of t by t method. So here the f of t is nothing but your, in place of f of t we will have the 1 minus e power t. So from that, f of t can be written as 1 minus e power t. So applying Laplace transform on both sides. Okay. So from that, what is Laplace transform f of t? F of s. So now we have to apply Laplace transform to these both terms and divide this term and apply Laplace transform to both these terms. That is Laplace transform 1 minus Laplace transform e power. What is Laplace transform 1? That is nothing but 1 by s minus. What is Laplace transform 1? e power t, that is given as 1 by s minus a. So all you know about this basic formulas, you have to remember this basic formula. Every time I can't represent the formulas, okay, to each and every problem here. Laplace transform 1 is nothing but 1 by s. Okay, Laplace transform of e power 80. The Laplace transform e power 80 is nothing but 1 by s minus a. So in place of a, we'll have the value as 1 here, 1 into t. So that's why 1 by s minus. Okay, right. So this is your f of s function. Okay. So after getting the f of s function, then what we have to do? So we have to directly apply the division by t method. Okay, right. So this is the f of s function. Okay, this is your f of s function. So now by using the division by t method here, so Laplace transform of f of t by t is nothing but that is equal to integration s tends to infinity. So lower limit is s and upper limit is infinity. F of s into ds. So apply this formula to the given problem. That is nothing but Laplace transform 1 minus e power t by t is equal to Laplace transform f of t by t is equal to, so integration s tends to infinity f of s into ds. So what is f of s? 1 by s minus 1 by s minus 1. In place of f of s, we have to substitute as 1 by s minus 1 by s minus 1. Okay. So now divide this integration. Apply this integration to uh, this term individually and this term individually. So integration s tends to infinity 1 by s into ds as one term minus integration s tends to infinity 1 by s minus 1 into ds. Okay. So what is integration s tends to infinity 1 by s into ds? So this will be same as the basic formula. So we have the basic formula for this. F dash x by f of x. So integration f dash x by f of x into dx. So for this, how you are going to write this for log f of x. So this is the formula. Okay. This is the formula. F dash integration f dash x by f of x into dx is equal to log f of x. So if the denominator function differentiation is present in the numerator, the denominator function differentiation is present in the numerator, then it can be written as log f of x. Okay. So if you see carefully to this equation, so here if you apply this integration 1 by s into ds, okay, so denominator will be the s. Okay, denominator will be the s. That is here in place of uh, x we have the s here, so we have to differentiate with respect to s. So f of s is equal to s. So if you differentiate this one, f dash s is equal to, so differentiate this s. So differentiation of s is nothing but 1. Okay. So now f dash s by f dash s by f of s. F dash s by f of s into ds is equal to, it can be written as log f of s. It can be written as log f of s. So denominator will have the s. So differentiation of s is nothing but 1. The differentiation of s is nothing but 1. So the denominator differentiation function is present at the numerator. So that's why, okay, so that's why this can be written as log f of s. That is nothing but log s. That is nothing but your log s. So now this entire integration term can be represented log s, and the limits has been represented as lower limit is s and upper limit is infinity. Okay. So this is your lower limit and this is your upper limit for this first term. So what about the second term? So the second term is also evaluated in the same manner. Okay. So you have to analyze that which formula is suited for the given integration, whether it can be of the form of integration 1 by x square plus a square into dx, or it can be integration of f dash x by f of x, or some other form, So in division by t method, either the equation can present either in this form or in this form in order to get the simplification of this integration. Okay, simplification of this type of integration. So if you see this equation, this is also same as this type of method, this type of formula. That is nothing but f dash x by f of x. What is f of x here? S minus here. Okay, s minus 1. So differentiate. So differentiate this s minus 1 with respect to s. So f dash s is equal to, so differentiation of s is nothing but 1 minus differentiation of constant is nothing but 0. That is equal to 1. So this 1 is present at the numerator. So the differentiation of denominator is present at the new, that value is present at the numerator. So again, this can be written as log of s minus 1. Okay, log of s minus 1. So for this function, what you will write? Log s, or for this function, you write it as log s minus 1. Okay, so for both the terms where the limits are varies from s tends to infinity. Okay, this is the way you have to simplify the given integration function using the different types of the methods or different types of the problems. Okay, right. So see here, so I can written this one as log s and this one as log s minus 1. Why? Because the denominator differentiation value will be present at the numerator for the first term, and also for the second term also will be the same. So that's why I written in terms of log s minus log of s minus 1, where the limits are varies from s tends to infinity. I have substituted that limit. Lower limit is yes and upper limit is infinity. Okay. So before applying these limits in the s, okay, in place of s, because it is integration can be done with respect to s. That's why we have to apply these limits wherever you will have the s in the given equation. Okay, right. So before applying these limits, first we have to simplify this part, this logarithmic part, that is log s minus log of s minus 1. That is nothing but it is of the form log a minus log b. Log a minus log b is equal to log a by b. So this is, you have to convert of this form, log a by b. So log a minus log b, log a minus log b is equal to log a by b. So I have represented in that form, log a by b. What is a here? Yes. What is b here? S minus 1. Okay, right. So the limits are s tends to infinity. Okay, right. So now we have to simplify this one. So before applying this infinity in this s value, wherever you will have the s term, okay, wherever you will have the s function. So before applying this limit, okay, we have to simplify this function. Why? Because if you apply this limit in this s, then what you will get? Log infinity. You will get the log infinity. What is log infinity value? Again, it is infinity. So you should not get the infinity value. So whenever you are solving any problem in the Laplace transform, it should be always a finite value. You have to get always a finite value. Either it can be 0 or it can be -1 or it can be some constant. So it can be defined for only finite value. So it should not get the infinite value. For that purpose, what we have to do? So we have to simplify this function. So how we are going to simplify this function? That is equal to log of the numerator you will have the s. The denominator also you have to take common this s term. So if you take the common s term, that is nothing but if you take the s term as common, s into 1 minus, you will get it as a 1 by s. Okay. 1 minus 1 by s. So this numerator s term and the denominator s term both will get cancelled. Finally, you will get it as a log of 1 by 1 minus 1 by s. Okay. So that is the way you have to simplify this logarithmic problem when you will have the infinity uh, as one of the limit value. Okay, infinity as one of the limit value. Okay. So log of 1 by 1 minus 1 by s. This is the way you got this equation. Okay, or this function log of 1 by 1 minus s. Now we have to apply this upper limit and lower limit in this equation. Okay. So if you apply the upper limit log of 1 by 1 minus 1 by wherever you have the s, you have to apply this upper limit. First, you have to apply the upper limit in the s in the place of s minus. Okay, next to log of 1 minus 1 by apply the lower limit in place of s. Again, you have to substitute the lower limit value as a s value. So what is 1 by infinity? Something by infinity value is nothing but 0. So its value will be 0. So 1 minus 0 is nothing but 1 here. So here you will get 1 by 1. So what is log of 1 by 1 is nothing but log 1 only. What is log 1 value? It is 0. So in order to overcome, okay, by substituting the infinity value directly in this s equation, what you will get is nothing but log infinity. So instead of that, if you simplify this one by taking the numerator and denominator as s term, then finally this term can be, uh, you will get this term as 0. When you substitute the upper limit, then finally you will get the value as a 0. Okay. For that purpose, I have taken that. I have simplified this function and this equation. Okay. So you have to simplify for all the problems in this manner only. Okay. Whenever you are substituting the upper limit. Okay. Right. So if you substitute the upper limit, then you will get there as a log 1. What is the log 1 value? 0. So if you substitute the lower limit, then you will get the same function. So if you simplify this same function, okay, if you simplify this same function, what you will get? So it is it is log 1 by 1 minus 1 by s. If you simplify this function, then what you will get finally? Log of s by s minus 1. So if you take the LCM and if you get simplify this one, then finally you will get the same function. So whatever the function you will have here, that same function is represented here. Okay, right. So after that, 0 minus of log of s by s minus 1. So here it is log, okay, log of 1 by 1 minus 1 by s. So here 1 is not type. Okay, all right. So you have to take this one as, so this equation is same represented here. Okay, right. So now log 1 value 0 minus log 1 minus 1 by, that is nothing but this function log of s by s minus 1. So finally we'll get it as a, so you got this one as minus of log of s by s minus 1. So again, this is of the form, okay, m log a. That is, this can be converted as log a power m. Now this equation, whatever the equation you will get here, minus log, okay, s by s minus 1. So before log you will have the minus value. Minus is nothing but this value can be written as a minus 1. You can assume this value as a minus 1 into log of s by s minus 1. Okay, so this is of the form of m log a. So this can be converted as log a power m. So this minus 1 should be taken to the power. Okay, this minus 1 should be taken to the power. That is nothing but log. So remove this minus term. Okay, so log s by s minus 1 whole power minus 1. So you have to convert of this form. Okay, log of s by s minus 1 whole power minus 1. So it is minus 1. That is nothing but reciprocal. So we have to, what we have to do? So we have to interchange the numerator term to the denominator, and denominator term will be shifted to the numerator. Why? Because it is minus 1. It is minus 1. That is, it can be represented as, so this can be represented as log of, okay, 1 by s by s minus 1. So it can be converted like this. So if you take the LCM of this, finally after getting simplification of this, what you will get? S minus 1 by s. Okay, s minus 1 by s. That is that value as represented here. So this is the way you have to simplify the division by t method whenever you will have the function of Laplace transform 1 minus e power t by t method. Okay, so this is the one type of different method or approach of the division by t method. So the first method is related to the formula of 1 by x square plus a square, okay, dx. The second method is related as f dash x by f of x type, dash x by f of x type. So if you know these two formulas, then only we can evaluate this f of t by t method. Okay, right. So now we will see the one more problem on this. Okay, right. So each and every problem is different with respect to the another problem. The first method is related to one type of problem. The first example is related to the one type of problem. The second problem is also related to one type of problem. Third problem, here we are going to simplify for the third problem. So here, if you carefully see this third problem, Laplace transform of cos 2t minus cos 3t by t. So again, this should be compared with respect to the basic form, that is nothing but f of t by t. Okay, what is f of t by comparing these two? What is f of t value? So the numerator value can be given as f of t. The complete numerator value is your f of t. So f of t is equal to cos 2t minus cos 3t. Okay, right. So from this, f of t value can be represented as applying Laplace transform on both sides. So Laplace transform f of t is equal to, so apply Laplace transform to this term separately and this term separately. Laplace transform cos 2t minus Laplace transform cos 3t. Okay, right. So what is Laplace transform f of t? That is nothing but your f of s. What is Laplace transform cos 2t? So cos 2t is nothing but apply the basic formula s by s square plus a square. So in place of a, we'll have the value as a 2. So that's why s by s square plus 2 square minus here we'll have the value as a 3 s by s square plus 3 square, that is s by s square plus 4 minus s by s square plus 9. This is your f of s function. Okay, so now f of s, we got the f of s. Now we have to apply this division by t method. So Laplace transform f of t by t is equal to integration s tends to infinity f of s into ds. So what is f of s? This is your f of s function. So substitute in place of f of s. So you have to substitute this the entire function. F of s is equal to s by s square plus 4 minus s by s square plus 9. Okay, right. So if you see carefully the first problem, okay, which where where we have the form of integration. In the numerator will have 1 by x square plus a square. So if you compare this problem, this formula with respect to this, it will not satisfy. Why? Because in the numerator we will have the s term. The numerator you will have the s term. So again you have to go for the second formula, that is nothing but f dash x by integration f dash x by f of x. Whether this formula will be satisfied this equation or not, now we will see that one. Okay, right. So now we have to divide this integration separately. That is nothing but integration s tends to infinity s by s square plus 4 minus s by s square plus 9 into ds. So if you see carefully here, so now this equation is of the form f dash x by f of x. So if it is not satisfied, the first formula is not satisfied, then again we have to check for the next form. This is your next form. So what is f of x here? S square plus 4. X square plus 4. This is your f of x. That is nothing but denominator function. So if you differentiate this denominator, what you will get? F dash s is equal to, so differentiation of s square is nothing but 2s plus differentiation of 4 is nothing but 0, constant. Is a constant 0. Differentiation of s square is nothing but 2s. So finally you got the 2s. So but here we'll have the value as only s. We don't have the value as 2 here. So what we have to do? So we have to multiply and divide by 2. So we can multiply the constant terms. Either it can be -1 or -2 or +2 or whatever it may be. Okay, but we cannot multiply s terms. Okay, so only we have to multiply the constant terms in order to simplify this type of equation. So we'll have the s term, but we don't have the 2 here. So that's why we have to multiply and divide by 2 for this problem, for this equation and also this equation, because both are same. In both the cases, we'll have the numerator as s, but we don't, 2 is missing in both the cases. So that's why what we have to do. So we have to multiply the 2 for both the terms in the numerator, and similarly you have to multiply by 2 in the denominator for both the terms. Okay, so both the terms will require the 2. So if I multiply and divide by 2, then I'll put this 1 by 2 as outside. 1 by 2 into integration s tends to infinity. Okay, 2s by s square plus 4 minus 2s by s square plus 9 into ds. So if you take this 2 as common outside, okay, 2 as common outside, these 2 and these 2 both will get cancelled, and again you will get the original equation. The whatever the equation which we have upside, then the same equation is reflected. Okay, so this is the way you have to simplify the problem for the method which we have represented now. Okay, the problem which I have represented now. Okay, right. So each and every problem is somewhat little bit of different. Okay, right. So right. So now that has to be converted as, okay. So 1 by 2. Okay, this has to be converted as log of, we got as f dash x by f dash integration f dash x by f of x type. So log of s square plus 4 for the first term minus log of s square plus 9. This is your second term, and the limits are varies from s tends to infinity. So we'll have the limits. Lower limit is s and upper limit is infinity, and you will have the 1 by 2 outside. So this is the equation. So what we have to do? So it is again it is log a minus log b. So again you have to simplify this one log a by b form. So log a by b. Here it is simplified as log a by b. So this equation can be simplified as log a minus log b can be written as log a by b. Okay, right. So and next is okay. So again in this, before substituting this upper limit, what we have to do? So the numerator the highest power term and the denominator highest power term. So both should be the same and it should be taken as common. Okay. In the previous problem we have the log of s by s plus 1. So numerator highest power s term will be s power 1 and denominator highest power will be the s power 1. S power 1. So that's why in the numerator we'll have only one single term. That's why s term will be put it as the same, and in the denominator we'll have the two terms. That is, have to take common as this s term only. Why? Because in order to get cancel of both numerator and denominator, so you have to take the same term as common for both numerator and denominator in order to cancel out. Okay, right. So here also what we have to do? So in this case you will have in the numerator you will have the s square term, in the denominator also you will have the s square term as the highest power. So what we have to do is that in the numerator you have to take the s square as common. S square into 1 plus 4 by s square. Okay, in the denominator also you have to take s square as common. S square into 1 plus 9 by s square. Okay. So limits are s tends to infinity. So again this s square will get cancelled. Finally what you will get? Log of 1 plus 4 by s square by 1 plus 9 by s square. That equation is represented here. Okay, right. So now we have to substitute this upper limit in this s square term and also the lower limit in this s square term. Wherever you will have the s, there you have to substitute this upper limit and the lower limit. So if you substitute this upper limit in this, you will get it as a 4 by infinity square. Something by infinity square is equal to something by infinity square or infinity, whatever it may be. So then you will get it as a 0. So this term will be 0 and this term will be 0. 1 plus 0, 1 plus 0. So that is the equation represented here. Log of 1 plus 0 by 1 plus 0. Okay, right. Minus. So and here you have to substitute the lower limit in this s term. Then again you will get the same function or same equation. Log of 1 plus 4 by s square by 1 plus 9 by s square. So what is log 1 by 1 is nothing but log 1. What is log 1 value is nothing but 0. Okay. So you can directly write it as, whenever you will have the infinity term, then simply you have to write it as a 0 as a first value. Okay, 0 as a first value for the after substituting this upper limit value. 0 minus. For the lower limit, you have to represent the same function. Okay, before taking the common of the s term. Okay, whatever the function is represented here, that function is represented same by substituting the second limit. Okay, second limit value, that is your s term. Okay, so 0 minus log of s square plus 4 by s square plus 9. Okay, so if you simplify this again, you will get the same value, that is log of s square plus 4 by s square plus 9. Okay, so if you see carefully here, so 1 by 2 will be kept outside into 0 minus log of s square plus 4 by s square plus 9. So if you see carefully here, so this is minus 1 into, so this minus sign indicates minus 1 into log of s square plus 4 by s square plus 9. So this is of the form again m log a. So m value is minus 1 log here. Okay, a value is nothing but s square plus 4 by s square plus 9. That can be written as log a power m. Now this minus 1 should be taken to the power. Okay, taken to the power. So remove this one, minus 1. Okay, and now we have to simplify. Okay, now we have to simplify. Log of s square plus 4 by s square plus 9 whole power minus 1. So when you will have this minus 1, then what you have to do? So you have to interchange this numerator term to the denominator and denominator term to the numerator. And finally, this equation is simplified as, okay, this simply equation is simplified as log of s square plus 9 by s square plus 4. That is, this equation is simplified as log of s square plus 9 by s square plus 4 into 1 by 2. Why? Because we have the minus term, so you have to convert this one as m log a is equal to log a power m. So if you simplify that, finally there is an interchange of, so denominator term will be shifted to numerator and numerator term will be shifted to denominator. Okay, so that is a part of the simplification. Okay, that I have explained in the previous problem. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, after completing of this class. So next what we have, so log of s square plus 9 by s square plus 4 into, for this you will have the multiplication of 1 by 2. Again this also of the same form, m log a. Again this can be converted as log a power n. First we have to simplify this internal part, and that is multiplied by 1 by 2 here. Again this 1 by 2 is also converted of this form only, m log a, that is equal to log a power n. So here m value is nothing but your 1 by 2 here. Here m value is nothing but your 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 into log this entire function. From that, how you are going to write this one? This one will be shifted to the power log a power m. Okay, log a power m whole power 1 by 2. And this equation is also represented as square root of log of s square plus 9 by s square plus 4. Either you can write in this form or you can write the square root of the whole function. So this is the way you have to simplify the problem when the trigonometric function is given in the numerator. That is nothing but two cos functions, cos 2t minus cos 3t type. Okay, so this is the one more problem which we have seen by using the division by t method. Okay, right. So if you go for the uh, one more method, one more problem. So I will speed up this one. Okay, because this is also same as the previous method. Okay, right. So Laplace transform of 1 minus cos t by t. Okay, so whatever the problems I'm explaining, these are very important problems. Okay, so these are frequently asked questions also. Okay, right. So again, this has to be compared with the Laplace transform of f of t by t. Okay, f of t by t. What is f of t? So compare these two, then what is f of t? 1 minus cos t. Okay, so from that f of t is equal to 1 minus cos t, applying Laplace transform on both sides. Then we get f of s. Laplace transform f of t is equal to f of s. Laplace transform 1 is nothing but 1 by s. Okay, what is Laplace transform cos t? S by s square plus 1 square. Why? Because in place of a you will have the value as 1. So that's why s by s square plus 1 square. So this is your f of s. Okay, right. So now, so after getting the f of s, then you have to apply the division by t method. Okay, Laplace transform of f of t by t is equal to integration s tends to infinity f of s into ds. What is f of s? 1 by s minus s by s square plus 1. So that I have substituted here. Okay. So if you see carefully, again, if you see carefully to this problem. Okay. So if you divide this integration and applying the formulas related to, so both are related to the formulas f dash x by f of x. It is nothing but integration f dash x by f of x into dx. So you can write it as a log f of x. For both the problem, the denominator function differentiation, whose differentiation value will be present in the numerator. Here also, the denominator function differentiation value will be present in the numerator. But here we'll have the s term. So again, what we have to do? So we have to multiply and divide it by 2. Okay, 1 by 2 multiply 1 by 2 multiply by 1 by 2 into, that is multiply by 2 and divide by 1 by 2 in order to get this form. Okay, right. For the second term, so for the first term, what you will get? Log s minus. For the second term, what you will get? 1 by 2 into log of s square plus 1. So limits are s tends to infinity. Okay, right. So now, so you have to simplify this one. Okay. So to simplify this one, what you will get? So log s minus log of 1 by 2 log of s square plus 1. Okay, so take the LCM, 2 as an LCM. If you simplify this one, by taking this 1 by 2 outside. If you take the LCM, then what you will get? 2 is multiplied to this term. 2 log s minus log of s square plus 1. So 1 by 2 will be taken outside. Okay, right. So 1 by 2 into. So again, this can be converted as m log a. Okay, this can be converted as m log a. That is nothing but log a power m. Okay, so this is nothing but log s square. Okay, this can be changes as of the form m log a. M log a can be represented as log a power a. Okay, so this can be changes as log s square minus, and this term will be same, log s square plus 1. Okay, and this is of the form log a minus log b again. So log a minus log b can be written as log a by b. Okay, log a by b. So finally you got the equation as log s square by s square plus 1. Okay, limits are s tends to infinity. Okay, so before applying this upper limit and lower limit, so first what we have to do? So we have to take common for both numerator and denominator as a same term. That is nothing but whatever the highest power in the numerator is there, the same highest power in the denominator has to be taken as a common. So in the numerator you will have only the s square term, only one single term. In the denominator you will have the two terms, that is nothing but s square plus 1. Take s square as common. If you simplify this, what you will get? So in the numerator s square and in the denominator s square will get cancelled. Finally you get 1 by 1 plus 1 by s square. Now apply this upper limit in this s square, that is nothing but wherever you will have the s, and apply the lower limit in this s term. Okay, so after applying the upper limit, what you will get? That value will be 0, log 1. What is log 1 value? 0. So if you apply the lower limit, what you will get? The same function, whatever the function which is represented here, that same function is represented. Okay, so if you do the simplification, this denominator part, taking the LCM and simplifying this part, again you will get the same function which is represented here. Okay, right. So for the first term, defaultly when you will apply the upper limit, then simply you have to take this whole log function can be represented as a 0 minus, for the lower limit you have to represent as the same function whatever it is represented here, log a by b form. Okay, right. So now Laplace transform of, okay, 1 minus cos t by t is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, 0 minus log of s square by s square plus 1. So simplify this one. If you simplify this, minus log s square by s square plus 1, it is nothing but minus 1 into log a. So it can be converted as, okay, log a power m. If you have the log a power m, log of s square by s square plus 1, s square by s square plus 1 whole power minus 1, because before log you will have the minus term. What is minus? Minus is nothing but minus 1. It is nothing but minus 1. So if you take this minus 1 to the power, then you will get the minus 1. So when you have the in a power, if you have the minus 1, then what happens? The denominator term will be shifted to numerator. Numerator term will be shifted to denominator in the log function. So then this term can be simplified as log s square plus 1 by s square. So this part is simplified. Okay, and this entire term after simplification, that is multiplied by 1 by 2. Okay, again this can be converted as m log a. This is nothing but your m log a, that can be converted as log a power m. Okay, log a power m. So your m value will be 1 by 2. So I have converted this one log a power m. Okay, log a power m. So what is log a power m value? Okay, log a power m is nothing but m value is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 can be written as square root of log of s square plus 1 by s square. So this is the way you have to simplify the division by t method problems. Okay, all right. So now we'll go for one more method, that is nothing but unit step function. That is derived by the Heaviside unit step function. So what is this Heaviside unit step function, or simply unit step function? The unit step function, okay, u of t minus a is defined as a of t minus a is equal to, so its value will be 0 for t less than 0. If you see in the graph, this is your 0, and here the actual value will start from a. Okay, before between 0 to a or less than a value for all the t values. For all the t values, that is nothing but for less than t less than a values. That is nothing but before a. Okay, before a is nothing but, so for all the negative values, that is nothing but minus infinity to up to a, whose value will be 0. Whatever, what is its value will be 0. For t greater than a, that is nothing but above t is equal to, about t greater than a value, that is nothing but its value will be is equal to 1. Okay, its value will be is equal to 1. This is called as a unit step. The name itself indicates the its magnitude value is equal to 1, which is defined from some interval, which is defined from some interval or some point. Okay, here it is defined from t is equal to a, from t equal to a. So for t greater than a, its value will be 1. For t less than a, its value will be 0. So this is about your unit step function. Okay. So always this a value should be a positive. Okay, and this is nothing but your unit step function, which is defined at t is equal to a only. This is the graphical representation of the unit step function. Okay. So the now if you apply the Laplace transform, if you apply the Laplace transform for this unit step function, so what you will get Laplace transform u of t minus a is equal to e power minus as by s. Okay, this is the Laplace transform of the unit step function. Okay, right. So now we will go for the second shifting theorem, that is Heaviside shifting theorem. The other name for second shifting theorem is nothing but Heaviside shifting theorem. So what is this Heaviside shifting theorem? So Laplace transform of, if Laplace transform f of t is equal to f of s, and g of t is equal to, again for t less than a, its value will be 0. For t greater than a, its value can be represented, the function can be represented as f of t minus a. So here g of t can be of the form of in this way. Okay, g of t is equal to 0 for t less than a. For t greater than a, it can be represented f of t minus a form. Now when you will apply the Laplace transform, okay, when you will apply the Laplace transform for this g of t, so it is the g of t function, besides second shifting theorem or second shifting theorem, which is represented of the function of the form g of t is equal to 0 for t less than a. For t greater than a, it is f of t minus a. So we'll apply the Laplace transform for g of t. What you will get? E power minus as into f of s. So if you have of this form, then you have to apply directly the equation as, and you will get the equation as, after applying the Laplace transform for the g of t, you will get as e power minus as into f of s. This is about your second shifting theorem. So just you have to get the equation which has to be represented of this type. Okay, which has to be represented of this form. Okay, so here the function should be f of t minus a form. Okay, so if you see carefully here for the first problem, okay, so find Laplace transform g of t, where g of t function is represented as 0 for t less than 4, t minus 4 whole power 3. So see here, so it is of the form f of t minus a, okay, for t greater than 4. Okay, for t less than 4 it is 0, for t greater than 4 it is represented as t minus 4 whole 3. Okay, so from this equation what we have to do, so we have to identify the f of t. We have to compare with respect to the f of t, f of t minus a whole power 3. So from this equation, what is f of t? F of t is nothing but your t cube. Okay, if you don't have this a, I will write this one f of t whole power 3. So now this function can be in terms of power. That's why it is called it can be represented f of t is equal to t cube. And what is the a value here? A value is equal to 4. So we know we got the f of t value as t cube and we got the a value as a 4. So now we have to apply the Laplace transform of this f of t. What is Laplace transform f of t? F of t is equal to that is nothing but Laplace transform t cube is equal to, so t power n formula. Laplace transform t power n can be written as n factorial by s power n plus 1. Apply the Laplace transform to this f of t function. Okay, that can be converted as f of s. Okay, so what is the n value here? N value is 3. 3 factorial by, okay, s power 3 plus 1. That is nothing but s power 4. From that you will get as a f of s value as 6 by s power 4. Okay, from the second shifting theorem, Laplace transform g of t. Now we have to get this Laplace transform g of t. So just we have applied the from the given g of t function, just we have identified first f of t and a value, and we have we got the f of s function by applying the Laplace transform to this f of t function. Then finally we got the f of s. Now we have to apply the Laplace transform of g of t. Okay, now to apply the Laplace transform for g of t, what you will get? E power minus as into f of s. This is the formula. This is the formula for Laplace transform g of t. Okay. So what is a here? A value can be 4 here. E power minus 4s into what is f of s here? 6 by s power 4. This is your final answer. So this is the way you have to simplify the second shifting theorem. Okay, right. So now we'll go one more problem on this. Then we'll wind up this part. Okay, right. So find the Laplace transform of g of t. He has given the g of t, that is g of t is equal to 0 for t less than 2 pi by 3 and cos cos t minus 2 pi by 3 for t greater than 2 pi by 3. So it is of the form g of t is equal to, we have to compare this g of t with respect to the the basic second shifting theorem or Heaviside shifting theorem. 0 for t less than a, f of t minus a for t greater than a. So this function should be compared with respect to this for t greater than a by this. So from this, what you will get? F of t is equal to cos t. F of t is equal to cos t. And what is the a value? A value is equal to 2 pi by 3. Okay, a value is equal to 2 pi by 3. Okay, right. So from this, so apply the Laplace transform for this f of t. So if you apply the Laplace transform for this f of t, that can be converted as f of s. So Laplace transform f of t is equal to Laplace transform cos t. So what is Laplace transform cos t? S by s square plus 1. Okay, s by s square plus 1. So we got this f of s. Okay, we got this f of s. Now directly apply the second shifting theorem. Okay, so we got this f of s, and by applying the second shifting theorem, what you will get? Laplace transform g of t. So Laplace transform of g of t formula will be given as e power minus as into f of s. Okay, what is a value? 2 pi by 3 minus 2 pi by 3. A value can be 2 pi by 3 into s. So what is f of s? F of s value is s by s square plus 1. So this is the way we have to simplify the second shifting theorem for a given function. Okay, for a given function or interval. Okay, so in this class we have discussed about how to simplify the division by t method, and how you are going to simplify the second shifting theorem. That is nothing but, so the definition of unit step function and the definition of the second shifting theorem. Okay, how you are going to solve the problems by using these two methods. Okay, right. So now we'll see the some of the frequently asked questions. So these are some questions which we have seen in the previous question papers. Okay, so we have to carefully do all these problems such that whatever the problems which I have given here, and this problem, this problem, and this problem, and this problem, all these problems already we have completed in the current class. That is nothing but, so all these methods are covered. Okay, in a given examples, whatever whichever the problems which we have now discussed. Okay, so now the assignment has been given here. So this is somewhat we have to apply the knowledge for this given problem. Okay, right. So these are the 3 assignment problems I have given. So find out these 3 problems. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so reference textbooks for to refer this division by t method and the second shifting theorem is nothing but, these are the 4 textbooks you can refer. Apart from these textbooks, you can refer the any engineering mathematics textbooks. Okay.